Hello, I am Mario 8 and welcome to Super Mario Bros. In Review, the show where I will be reviewing all 18 Super Mario Bros. Platformers and ranking them to find the ultimate Super Mario Bros. Game. You can find all the previous and future videos in the playlist linked in the description, but first, this week we will be visiting New Super Mario Bros. 2, also for the Nintendo 3DS, except now this time it's in 2D. Again, New Super Mario Bros. 2 is the third game in the New Super Mario Bros. Series, but is also the direct sequel to the original, noted mainly by also being a handheld game and not supporting multiplayer. I don't know, the name doesn't really make all that much sense. The game was developed by a group of other teams at Nintendo and was in development at the same time as 3D Land. The game came out first in Japan in July 2012, then everywhere else that same August. And this was probably the most mixed any Mario game has ever reviewed. Critics cited its short length, its easy difficulty, and its unoriginality as to why it didn't fare as well as previous entries. I got the game right when it was released because of course I did. By this point I had fully exhausted Mario 3D Land and Mario Kart 7, and it would still be a couple months before Animal Crossing New Leaf would take over my life, and I was eager to get the new 2D Mario levels. I remember really liking this game. So much so that, I fully completed the game. Twice. As well as maxing out the coin counter by collecting 9,999,999 coins. I had a lot of free time during high school. But that was the last time I played the game. I beat it twice, put far too much time into grinding for coins, then let it sit for almost a decade. And in that decade, I started to believe the detractors. I slowly forgot my experience of the game and accepted the wide belief that it just wasn't that good. And when I went in to start playing, I was actually dreading it, especially since I would have to play New Super Mario Bros. U right after. New Super Mario Bros. 2's story, much like 3D Land, much like New Super Mario Bros. Wii, much like New Super Mario Bros., really isn't a story, except now even less so. One day, Mario and Luigi grab their raccoon leaves and start flying around collecting coins. Then the Koopalings show up in Daddy Bowser's clown car and kidnap Peach. The bros beat the Koopas, beat Bowser, and rescue Peach. I started playing this game and it was an almost surreal experience. Because I turned on the game, remembered the coin mechanic, was not surprised by the lack of story, but then I got into World 1, and it's just the same. It's nearly the same layout as from New Super Mario Bros. It's got the same exact music from New Super Mario Bros. Wii. It's got the same enemies, the same level styles, the same bosses, the same hazards. It's all the same. I was almost freaking out with how little they changed the formula. There are new levels, a few new mechanics throughout, the raccoon leaf from Super Mario Bros. 3 is back, and Mario can once again fly with it, but everything else is almost a carbon copy. Most importantly, all the music, which again is just returning from New Super Mario Bros. Wii, just added a whole bunch of extra bas throughout each song. From the offset, I was ready to write off the whole experience. This one would be a loss. A new Mario game couldn't be good if it didn't have any new mechanics, could it? Okay, hear me out. The game's actually pretty fun though. As I played, while I did not actually remember anything from the game, I did find myself having a blast. None of the levels stuck with me in any regard. I even completely forgot how the final boss was played, but I had a real good time learning it all again. Each level is well designed, the star medals are mostly well hidden throughout, and they're all just short enough for the mechanics to never grow old. They're fun, just not new, ironically. The only real twist this time around is, hear me out, collecting coins. Now yes, collecting coins is a large part of literally every other Mario game before and after, but this time it was the focus. Early on in development, the team decided to have a goal of collecting 1 million coins, but after playtesting they realized with regular Mario levels this would never happen. This resulted in the team just putting coins everywhere, as well as adding multiple features to make collecting coins easier. The big one is the Golden Flower, which turns Mario gold and his fire balls turn brown bricks into coins, as well as giving much more coins when killing enemies. This even kills Bowser in one hit, which was fun to do this time around. There are also gold rings to jump through, which turn enemies into gold variants. Every gold variant defeated nets extra coins with greater values the more kills are stacked, and some enemies leave coins behind them as they move. This is also the first game to include coins worth more than 1, with individual coins being valued from 10 up to 100. Plus, walking into certain areas has coins just appearing from out of nowhere. P-blocks activate timed blue coins to appear. There are just a whole lot of coins. My personal favorite was the blockhead, where after hitting a brown brick block enough times it turns gold and can go onto Mario's head. And the faster he moves, the more coins he collects. And while it doesn't add much to the game, it was fun to experience. The game really nails how fun collecting coins can be. There is also an extra game mode, Coin Rush, in which Mario is tasked with running through 3 random levels on a short time limit while collecting as many coins as possible. This mode is really only there to elongate playtime as well as adding coins to the coin counter. But past me already maxed out the counter, so I had no reason to play it again. This also made my overall experience worse too. After each level, the coins Mario collects are added to the global counter, but again, mine was maxed out, so the only reason I collected coins was to get more lives and for the fun of it. Maxing out lives is a completion requirement, but they're easy to grind once the game is finished, so in the end, collecting coins was just for the fun of it. But it is fun. This is one of the reasons why the game is super easy. So many coins means so many lives, so no matter how many times Mario dies, he'll never, ever get a game over. Of course, each of the levels are also just really easy, so dying is a rarity in and of itself. But if Mario does manage to die 5 times in a row, the Invincibility leaf is back from 3D Land to give Mario unlimited flight as well as, well, invincibility. But if collected, the completion stars on the start screen won't be shiny. The rest of the items, aside from the returning raccoon leaf, are the same from New Super Mario Bros. And I think this is a good thing. The mini mushroom is never overused, although the mega mushroom is still a bit underused. In hindsight, the most annoying part of NSMB Wii was how long it took to fall after using the propeller mushroom, and none of the items in this game have that issue. There's for sure some minus points for being unoriginal, but plus points for being a tighter overall package. One of my biggest complaints from the first NSMB game was the secret exits not being well telegraphed on the world maps. This is mostly alleviated by NSMB 2. All of the levels are shown on the minimap ahead of time, and levels with secret exits clearly have places where paths would branch off to get to them. And for all but a couple, I was able to find each exit with ease. What I don't like is how many secrets still rely on intuiting where the hidden block should be. I don't want to hop around like a mad person every which way hoping to find the one spot where a vine will grow, and the gold mushrooms are hidden in the same frustrating way. The secrets are better than before, but still not great. At least there are no star coins that require a specific item only found in a different level. As far as worlds go, there are 9. 2 require getting to the cannon level, with the third being unlocked after beating Bowser and collecting all the star coins. The cannon levels are actually really fun. They're Mario auto runners where the cannon shoots Mario horizontally, and he has to time his jumps to bounce off enemies and over pits. I had a surprisingly tough time with them, but they were a lot of fun. There's only 3 in the game, but they are very much a highlight. The secret world isn't all that much harder than the regular levels, but instead of star medals, they're moon medals now, which is only an aesthetic choice. So the game is short and easy, but I don't really hold that against it all that much. Yeah, I'd have loved more of a challenge, and even though this game is longer than the first New Super Mario Bros., it still feels really short. But it's a handheld game designed for short bursts, and there's always the chance that more levels would have made the whole experience begin to drag, especially since there's really nothing new. The game looks fairly good, and the 3D effect is only used to add depth to the backgrounds and does nothing else, but it was neat when I had it on. Overall, it's a fun romp. So at the very least, I'm going to put this above New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I think the fact that it's just a clone of New Super Mario Bros. Means it should be below that one. I also don't think it's overall as good as Mario Bros. 2 USA. The big question is if I like this game more or less than Super Mario Land 2. This is even harder given that I have played this one before, but Mario Land 2 I've only played once. Alright, my new ranking is 10. Super Mario Bros. 2 The Lost Levels, 9. Super Mario Land, 8. New Super Mario Bros. Wii, 7. New Super Mario Bros. 2, 6 Super Mario Land 2, 5 Super Mario Bros. 2 USA, 4 New Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, and 1 Super Mario World. And that concludes the penultimate 2D Mario game. We only have one left, and I remember not liking this one, but there's been some revisionist history saying maybe it's pretty good. I don't know, I just know that there is a lot of it thanks to the Year of Luigi. Because next, we're heading to the Nintendo Wii U with New Super Mario Bros. U. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, maybe leave a rating or sub to be notified of more. While you're down there, you can check the description for all of my socials where I'm at Mario8th everywhere. I'm on Twitter, Tumblr, and you can see what games I'm playing on ggApp.io. Also in the description is the playlist that every Mario review video will eventually be in. And if you'd like, let me know what your personal Mario ranking is in the comment section. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.